right, shall we call the meeting to order?
I think so. 7:03.
I'm taking notes, right?
Yep, I sure am.
So how about we, any comments on the meeting minutes from the last meeting on the 5th?
No comments.
Good from my perspective.
Actually, does someone want a motion to approve those?
I'll motion to approve those.
I'll second the motion.
7 minutes.
Yeah.
So 18 minutes so approved.
And we had 3 other items on the agenda. Ag Commission mailing list, discussing the Friends of the Sherborn Library Craft Fair, discussing the Ag Commission boosters. And I also wanted to add or throw out something for discussion, recirculate the topic of the member replacement process as well.
Maybe we'll take the first item last, as we have Robin on the call here. Robin, did you manage to make contact with the town offices and move your application forward with the select board?
No, I'm sorry. I totally forgot to do all of that. I'm sorry.
Yep, I can help you.
I will
Yeah.
do it. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
That's okay. And Jeannie, who is on the call just now, she can be helpful with that as well. She's super responsive and can help with that. Great.
I just completely spaced it out. I mean, it's not like I can't do it.
We have faith in you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Give me another try.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, I was thinking that, you know, if Robin is as continued interest in filling the full membership slot, might it be prudent for us to list the opening on our website for the alternate member?
Yes, that would be a great idea.
Okay, I will go into Jeannie and follow up with her this week to get some verbiage posted regarding the alternate member opening.
Great, thank you. That'd be great.
You helped me get that.
Yeah.
All right, so the next item is the mailing list.
I think Laura was gonna try to pull together the list that she had for her previous outreach.
So I guess with the mailing list, I'm just curious to know how we're gonna embody it. Is it going to be like a constant contact list or a MailChimp or one of those services? If so, how do we finance it? This is probably a monthly charge for that.
What about Evite? I know they have some, I don't know, I've sent things out using Evite. They don't really charge for it. I don't know if it suits our purpose, but maybe they have like a monthly mailing type feature. Depends how many times we do. If we do it, I don't know, like 3 or 4 times a year, then maybe it's an option.
And I mean, I imagine Jeannie can probably send out anything on behalf of the commission from the town email server, right? So if we were to put together, like to Grisha's point, a quarterly mailing or something along that sorts, I imagine they can be the distributor of said resource.
It would seem like that would come under their purview.
Why don't we find out from Jeannie if they can do that?
Yeah.
I'll find out as well. I'll go and check in with her tomorrow.
Because once we've got a place for people to go to sign up, we can, you know, there's Sherborn next door. There's all different contact lists that we have, that people on the call here have. I think we can, once there's a place to sort of direct people to,
Yeah.
we can build that list. Great. So actually, who's gonna take the to check with Jeannie?
I will.
Okay, that's good.
Yep, because I'm gonna have the opening posted, and then I'll ask her about what if we theoretically have a quarterly mailing that we want to do on behalf of the commission, can we leverage the town email server? I believe that one of my previous conversations led me to believe that we do have those capabilities, but I will confirm in advance of our next meeting.
Perfect. Let's see here. Document. Next up is the craft fair engagement.
Yeah, I do have an update on that, is that the Friends of the Sherborn Library does have from time to time different community nonprofits like ours that could exhibit a table there for no charge. I think they've done in other years, maybe the Council on Aging and some other organizations that are within the town, but that was absolutely something available to us to use.
Okay. Yeah, I think I've seen the Forest and Trail Association there before as well.
Yes, yep.
So if we sign up, go ahead, Richard, sorry.
I was good. Have they got an organizing committee yet?
They do, yes.
Okay, so we
Yeah.
could just contact them and express our interest at this early date.
Yes, yep.
The only
Yep, I have a contact who's the chair of that crafts show.
The only thing I would be concerned about is I think at some point they run out of slots, or they may say we've set aside 10 spaces and boy, they've just all been gobbled up. So it'd be good to get in early.
Okay, yep, that's a good point.
Yeah, I mean, I think committing to the slot maybe lights a little fire under us to be able to
Yeah.
drive in finding participants, right? And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for participant farms who are going to offer up some product offering for the table, right? Is that what that's what we
or information about what they do.
See,
Either a product
I-
or a.
And I think that would be a great place too, to have an email sign up where we could have people come by the table, and if they are interested in being on our mailing list, give us their email.
Excellent.
Is
Yeah.
there a 4-H club in town or anything like that? Or does that
I-
even exist anymore?
I don't believe, do we have one?
4-H exists. As an organization, 4-H exists. I haven't heard of any in Sherborn in quite a long time.
Yeah.
There's a Holliston 4-H ag club, or there was at least last year, but I'm not sure Sherborn has done any for a long time.
I feel like Laura had looked into that and it was a neighboring town, but I'm not sure. It was the closest one. I'm not, it could be Holliston, but Laura probably has some inside information on a local 4-H chapter.
I think that participation in the craft fair might also give us incentive to formalize something around the Ag Commission boosters as well, right? Because I think what we've discussed or envisioned of what the sister organization in a boosters would look like, this seems like the type of activity that they would oversee, right? Because there's a commerce element to it. It relies on action that is outside of this commission, correct? There's some sort of volunteerism.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's sort of a table representation at the craft fair. We could do that to let people know about the Ag Commission, what we stand for. If it's something more than that, yeah, I think the boosters might, if we're taking money, the boosters will need to be involved. But our farm has had a booth there in the past, and craft fairs, it's a great event. So
Do you intend to have a booth there this year, Jonathan?
I need to check with Abel and Laura at the farms. So I'll get back to you on that.
No, just curious,
Maybe. Depends if the seedlings are growing by that point.
Absolutely. But I think, you know, an opportunity for us to get the word out. This is who we are. This is our mission, reinforcing what we have on the website, also highlighting goods. This is a part of what we're doing, and, you know, opportunity to shake people's hands, I think.
Totally agree.
Do we need to vote? Do we need to vote? This
Examples.
is something we want to participate in as a commission, or we want to support? Do we feel like that vote is necessary, Jonathan?
Yeah, we can vote on that. Like who's doing what though on that particular initiative? That's one thing I'd like to just get a clear understanding of.
Mark, you're going to drive the engagement and get in making the commitment in reserving the booth.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
I know Laura said she wanted to be involved with the organizing aspect of that as well. I'm happy to offer my time, whether it's outreach, getting people involved, or whatever element of that.
So what I had envisioned was a booth that's strictly like the Agricultural Commission.
Yep.
And but like if anyone here on this Zoom meeting tonight, like if you know, Hope Still or Silverwood wanted to have their own booth, it would be separate from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
What date is the meeting?
That was my
I
question.
mean, not the meeting, the
It's the day before Mother's Day. I believe it's May 7th. Let me look at a calendar here.
is that a Sunday?
It's a Saturday.
It's Saturday, yeah.
Yes, it's
I was thinking
Saturday,
I-
May 7th.
Maybe I could be one of the people that has a shift at the tent or the table, depending on the day and time and so forth.
Okay.
My wife's birthday is the 6th and my mom's birthday is the 4th. So that weekend might be a little busy, but I'd like to be there.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, maybe we'll get a sign-up sheet for who could be there at a certain time and just coordinate that.
Okay.
There's a little bit of setup and breakdown as well. Obviously not much given it's a table.
Absolutely.
I could help out with that too, with times to man the table.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, that was May 7th. Was that it?
Yes, May 7th, Saturday.
And if we need a canopy of some sort, of course, it unfortunately has rained frequently.
Yes.
Historically.
Yeah.
We can probably.
I have an easy up we could leverage.
There you go. Perfect.
Yeah, and I know Laura has a couple as well. We can volunteer her because she's not present.
Yeah. Great. So we need to motion all of the above.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pass a motion. Submit a motion for all of the above.
Yeah. I second.
All right. Excellent.
No, after you have a motion and a second, you have to have a vote.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, Richard.
Yeah.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Yes, everybody.
Yep.
Okay, next up, I think, is the boosters.
Correct.
And I'm trying to recall who had the ball on that one. I think
I don't know if we had anyone that actually had the ball on that one.
The boosters. Yeah. I know Laura with her, you know, all her people who sign up for her CSA, and I know she's got quite an extensive list of people that, you know, she could reach out to kind of, let everyone know where we are, you know, that we're here, that we're reinvigorating, re-energizing the commission. I kind of feel like she would, like to kind of spearhead that, or at least she's a great resource for, she's got a lot of contacts already in the community and in, neighboring towns as well.
No, that's great. I think the things that I was thinking of is the purpose being to raise funds and raise the
Right.
awareness of the agricultural activity. So we need some sort of vehicle to process those funds through. Corwin talked about it before with George. He suggested that the Rural Land Foundation that acted as a conduit, I think, for some of the things that he'd done. I don't know if the town has some sort of capability to do that through a particular fund that's available, or it's not necessarily strictly town activity, I don't think. So I just don't know.
I'll follow. I can follow up with Jeannie on that as well. Is if the commission is interested in raising funds for events and things like that, community events and things like that, what is the best way for us to
How
go
do we
about
do
it?
it?
Well, it would
Jonathan,
technically be a different organization, so
Yep.
it's to the commission that's
Yep.
organizing. So it's outside of the the environment that we sit in right now, this sort of the open meeting environment.
do we have a list of potential, I guess, projects or things that we would use the money for if we raised money as part of a booster?
I think like an annual event would be
Yeah.
a fall event. I think will be the primary focus right now, is raising money to support that.
So we would raise some money to kind of get the event started, and then we would sell tickets for the actual event to complete the fundraising to actually get it done. Is that the thought?
That's the thought. Yep. There could be a harvest dinner or other things that we could do along with it, but
Yeah.
we're gonna spend money to line up caterers, line up a location, line up a facility,
The Porta Johns.
Porta
I
Johns.
just feel like before asking people for money, it's good to have just
Yeah.
like give them a sense of what they're giving money for too, But that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, I think overall we're trying to support the mission of the commission, right? So, I mean, I think the initial folks who might contribute to an ag commission booster would be the folks that are members of agricultural industry in town, right? So that's the easiest place. But I think there's a number of people that have chosen to move to Sherborn in recent years for the exact reason, to be closer to the ag industry. So I think we will find friendly donors. I'm hopeful.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I'd be curious to know what Jeannie's view is. I mean, there are organizations out there that have grants available for nonprofits, particularly around agriculture. You can always, there's tons of things you can apply for. So I'm just curious to know what the organizational structure might be to accomplish that. And I think that this all came up when we were talking about putting on an event in the fall, and we realized that to organize it and have the ability to communicate effectively and just move it forward, it's not really practical done as part of the Agricultural Commission. It needs some sort of parallel group that's not a town initiative, so to speak.
Right, yes. Yep.
It kind of, I think what I know about booster organizations is it's really all about the people who the booster members, right? Their energy and passion for whatever cause that are driving those fundraising efforts and then the event efforts, right? So I think identifying someone who shares the passion of the commission members, but maybe doesn't necessarily have the bandwidth to be involved in what we're doing as a full-time member or as an alternate member, but has the energy and passion that we need for that role.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we'll be able to find them. I think my sort of the principal objectives are sort of just raising money and being efficient with organizational activities. That with that organization. I'm just kind of curious as to how it could be structured in the context of what we can and can't do in the town.
For sure.
Just the practicalities of it in some ways.
Yeah, doesn't make sense to waste our time spinning up something that we can't do. Well,
George had the ability to use the Rural Land Foundation, which, while it's aligned with the town, it's not really part of the town. That's a nonprofit to sort of manage money flows through that. The boosters and the sports, that's a separate legal organization that manages money, just like the Friends of Performing Arts. They've got an organization. And in fact, my former mother-in-law actually set up the Friends of the Council on Aging in town. So that was a 501c3 that was formed. So you can go, but that in itself is a project if you have to go through that process. So to find an organization that exists that we could use as a conduit would be super helpful.
Yeah, so because all of those require filing with the state, right?
Yes.
And yeah.
There's a few issues here. One is the 501c3 issue. My understanding is that the virtue of an organization like Sherborn Rural Land Foundation involved is that donations to it would be tax deductible, and you have to have the 501c3 status in order for them to be tax deductible. You don't have to have such an organization to donate money to it. In fact, when I'm pretty sure this is true, when I was on the Friends of Performing Arts, it was not a 501c3 organization. I don't know if it is now, but there was plenty of money that flowed into the coffers, both for donations and fee for service and things like that. So it's quite possible, you or I could say, I'm collecting money for, a wingding. Give me your money. So we don't have to have such an organization. I do think there's probably some severe limitations on the commission itself soliciting money because it sets up conflicts of interest with any person who would eventually have business in front of the board, in front of the commission. So we would need a separate wing to do that, but they don't have to have a nonprofit status in order to do it.
Like I could probably convince my wife to be involved in the Agricultural Commission boosters, but I'm not sure I can get her to head up the Agricultural Commission boosters.
See, the thing is, you get 3 people and you tell them each, well, you don't have to run it. And then and it just runs from there.
It's almost what happened here, right, Jonathan?
Well, I think that's something
I'll do some homework by the next meeting to find out these.
Yeah, let's find out what would be the best avenue, and then I can certainly get involved in. And I'm getting to know a lot of chicken people, and I got in contact with the duck lady. So I mean, it's like they're here, they're in our backyards, and yeah. So I think there's going to be. I'm cautiously optimistic that there'll be a lot of support for, a booster or organization of farmers and farming and farm practices and all that.
Yeah, I think that'll happen.
All right. So to summarize, so Mark's going to do some homework before the next meeting on it. Would that include checking with the town, Mark, or?
Yes, yeah. Matt and I can we can tag team that too, Matt. If when you go, were you going to go see maybe Jeannie in person?
I'm going to go in tomorrow. I have some time tomorrow morning, so I'm going to try to go in tomorrow morning, talk about the mailing list.
Okay. May I go with you? May I go with you?
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Like 9 a.m.
That sounds great.
Okay, I'll meet you down there.
Okay.
And we need to figure out a date for our next meeting.
So the only thing I would request is that we don't grab the first Monday of every month. NOFA has a call that I like to be on if that's possible about no-till farming.
Okay. How about the second Monday?
Second Monday would be
Let me-
fine.
Yeah, it would be March 14th. Okay.
Jonathan, does that work for you, Grisha?
Let me check my calendar. Yeah, that's fine. March 14th is fine for me.
Yeah, that works for me. Yep.
That it is, and we will do Zoom again.
Sure. Let's do Zoom.
I will also have Jeannie generate that Zoom link when I send her the agenda for the next meeting.
Perfect.
And we'll
Perfect.
get that out. We'll get it posted.
And I think one other item for the agenda is updates to the Ag Commission website. I think we're going to put on it some documentation around kind of our objectives, initiatives. I know Laura got a package of information around that. I was going to pull together some documents and data that I've got in my archives that might be interesting to other farmers. So maybe we have that as a.
Did we have that preliminary doc from last meeting? That was like the mission
Yeah.
statement.
I think Laura has that. Yeah, somewhere.
All right. I'm gonna have her send that to me so I can try to get that posted as well.
Okay.
Because that we had agreed last meeting that was what we want. I think we voted on it. That's what we wanted posted to the website, correct?
There was a one-pager that's going in the town report. That's what we agreed last time, I think, was the approved item.
Correct.
The document that Laura had, I think we talked about it. I don't know that we've all seen. I think she had some more ideas to put into it. And there's some
All right,
changes.
I'll wait. All right, I'll hold on that one then.
We could circulate it, or we can look at it in a sort of great next meeting. That's probably a good thing for that document. That was my recollection, but I could be wrong, but that was my recollection.
That sounds pretty good from what I recall.
Right, any other business?
All right, can I motion to adjourn the meeting?
I'll second.
I have a vote.
I'll vote aye.
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 Thank you all.
7:31.
Yeah.
Have a lovely
All right.
evening.
Okay,
All
thank
right.
you.
Bye,
Good
guys.
night.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
Yeah, good night now.